in a 17-14 victory over the Reds. Stay tuned for all the highlights next.
The UTV Network presents Big Orange Sunday. With your host, the head football coach of the University of Tennessee, Johnny Majors, and the voice of the ball, John Ward. Brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By the Big Orange Ford dealers of Tennessee, where you can get America's best-built, best-selling cars and trucks. By St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville, caring for you anytime.
Agents like me deliver fast claim service. You see, before a catastrophic storm can threaten your home, our national coordinators are tracking that storm and sending in special disaster claims crews. Our local claims people are already gearing up. A hurricane or a kitchen fire, State Farm moves fast. It's a big reason we insure more homes than anyone else.
State Farm is there. Welcome to Big Orange Sunday. Coach Johnny Majors, that first game, particularly at Neyland Stadium, is always something special, and this one was no exception. The fans were there.
They were there and in strength, and it was a tremendous crowd. Our team was very excited about starting a new season. I don't think I've ever seen a group of young men more excited before the game, and we might have had a few jitters during the game, particularly in the second quarter, but I was very pleased with the victory, John. We're going to see some very good things in that ball game, some people laying on the line at some very crucial times in the ball game. We're going to see some areas where we need to correct some mistakes to improve our kicking game and not drop the ball. A couple of situations which really made a turnaround of about 14 or 15 points or so. The difference in us maybe having a wider margin of victory was the turnovers, and their kicking game outdid our kicking game. I have mixed emotions. You know, you'd like to have won by a larger margin, played a few more people, and you think maybe you build confidence, but also along the same line, this might be one of the best things that could happen to us to prepare us for a real tough opponent next week against UCLA and some tough ones down the line. Keep us hungry, to say the least, and it's much better to correct mistakes when you win than when you lose. And the last but not least, they say coaches who are retired, who are really dead and gone right now, have said that you learn more about your football team in the first game than any other part of the season. And there's a lot of room for improvement always between the first and second game, and we hope we can do that.
Well, we're going to be seeing right now the highlights of this football game as Tennessee plays Colorado State. It was a solid sellout, and we pick up the action as Tennessee is kicked off, stopping the Rams, and Tennessee has the football. The quarterback, number 16, Sterling Hinton, and the tailback right here is Reggie Cobb, who is knocked down for a loss of a yard. So the ball is at the Tennessee 16-yard line, second down and 11. The Volunteers in orange, Colorado State in white jerseys. Their colors are green and gold. And here is Reggie Cobb, and here's a big run.
Excellent blocking. The first time our right tackle got whipped on the block and we had penetration and had a loss. This was very fine blocking on a sweep play to the left.
Let's take a second look at the run by the junior Reggie Cobb, number 34.
This is the side of Charles McQuaid, and also Thomas Linsky, number 50, is pulling, led also by a fullback Roland Poles. Linsky makes a good block, Poles makes a good block, and therefore we have a very fine hole. And Reggie Cobb came back into the form that he left off as a freshman 2 years ago.
So it's a first down for Tennessee after the 18-yard run, and this time it's number 42, Roland Poles, who bangs straight ahead for a pickup of 5 yards out to the 34, 35, 39-yard line.
Oh, my gosh. First a break there.
Reggie Cobb after the bobble.
One of the most encouraging aspects of the ball game is when we did some running, we ran the ball most of the time in the late part of the ball game and ran a lot of very valuable time off the clock. So we had some good blocking up front several times last night. Some fine running by Cobb, excellent running at times. And I thought some good surge by Amsler and Poles and by Chuck Webb.
There you see the second look at the 9-yard gain by Cobb, giving Tennessee in a scoreless game first down and 10 to go at the Volunteer 48-yard line. Cobb 3 carries, 25 yards, and here's this is Webb, the number 2 tailback, number 44, Chuck Webb.
Webb has he has very quick feet. He's a very strongly built young man. He's compact, about 198-pounder, and has a surge of strength and also quickness and speed.
Sterling Hinton.
That's good field presence for Hinton there. The receivers were evidently covered, and he saw some daylight between the ends and got it north and south. Once later on, we scrambled and got out of the pocket and lost 6 yards backed up. We must avoid those situations and not dropping the football on the ground.
Sterling Hinton is Tennessee's quarterback, number 16. It's 3rd down 4 at the state 46. Pass complete. Thomas Woods.
Very, very quick work there. I like the way Hinton set quickly, found his target, and released the football. With very little hesitation, and he played very confidently on that play. And, of course, getting the ball to T.D. Woods is getting to one of the surest hand receivers who is playing college football today.
There you see the move by Woods as we take one replay look, and let's now go to the end zone and see the move by Woods.
I was impressed, John, with Colorado State's excellent effort. They had 9 starters returning from last year's team on offense and defense, plus their fine punter and placement kicker.
Reggie Cobb back in, picks up 4 yards, knocked down by Jersild.
They did a good job disguising their defenses. That was their strong safety up on the line. Gave some penetration, and he was left unblocked that time, and therefore we made only a yard or 2. Option play, and a chance to pitch it, but, you know, we're expanding on our option game a little bit this year, which we didn't do much the last couple of years with Francis at quarterback.
Complete. That's Woods again to the other side, this time for the gain of 10 and another first down. A second look.
A big play there. I believe that was a 3rd down play here.
That's correct.
If I'm not mistaken. And we always talk to our receivers, don't get too fancy. You have to turn up and get the first down so we can move those sticks. But Hinton threw very well on rhythm again. Good protection. And I don't blame Woods here for making a little wrinkle right there, because the man's got him head up on defense. And I think Woods got about every bit he could have gotten out of that play.
So Tennessee's got it 1st down and 10, just outside the 21-yard line. There is no score in this game in the first quarter.
When the 2 tight end offense here sweep, we fake the reverse. Well, it's nothing new for him this year. And Cobb makes an excellent run, breaking some tackles. I think the reverse held the defensive pursuit, locked them up momentarily, and Cobb broke the tackles that were necessary to score the first touchdown of the 1989 season.
It's Reggie Cobb for 21 yards in the touchdown. Here's another look at the fake to Cleveland, and look at the run by Reggie Cobb.
He's strong, John. He weighs about 212 pounds. Reggie has good speed, not blinding speed, but good speed, but he's running with power. He has practiced very, very diligently. He's shown some leadership on the practice field, and he's got an outstanding attitude, and it was a great start for him. A very good start, I should say.
The extra point by Greg Burke is good, and so Tennessee moves 83 yards in 11 plays, 4 minutes 33 seconds the length of the drive, and so on the first possession in 1989, Tennessee has a touchdown leading 7-0.
Wouldn't it be nice if football was that easy to win it for your team?
Tennessee kicks off, and after a fine return, Colorado State has good field position, moving the ball down to the Volunteer 34-yard line, and here comes Bowman on the reverse to the near side for 15 yards, and suddenly Colorado State has the ball 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 19-yard line.
That was a very nice play if you were a Colorado State coach or a fan, but there was some deception to it, some misdirection, and very well executed.
Colorado State has number 13, Verdugo, Verdugo, a transfer from Kansas at quarterback. Yurt carried that time. Verdugo throwing, the pass is complete, and it's grabbed this time by Carr.
I thought Verdugo did an excellent job in his first start as a varsity player in college football. I thought the team was well disciplined, and he threw the ball, as you can see there, well on time, no hesitation. They attacked us down the weak side. Old Bruce's team likes to run the ball into the hash mark a lot, probably as much as any football team I've seen in a long, long time. We did it at Ohio State, and they hurt us at times. That was the most effective part of their offense last night, I thought.
2nd down goal. This is Alford struggling, and he's met by Miley, who stands him up short of the goal line. It will be 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Tennessee leading 7-0.
Jason Jr. was on the tackle, and one other volunteer. This is a surge of volunteers, about 6 of them. I like that very much. I see Sean Walker up there, and I see Cezanne Bradley, and I see, I believe, Hardy, Darrell Hardy, and 1 or 2 other volunteers.
There's the second look, and you see the swarm of big orange shirts there on the stop, and it will be 4th down and goal, and Colorado State, trailing by a score of 7-0, elects to try for the field goal with Brown on to attempt the field goal.
Kerry Bailey was on the tackle on that play also, so there are about 5 volunteers.
The field goal is up, and it is good, and so the first quarter comes to a close with Tennessee in its possession, moving for a touchdown, but Colorado State comes right back to get the field goal.
I think that was the case, John, of two teams doing a very good job of executing on their own part. Our touchdown drive to start the season, you just couldn't hardly ask for anything any better to start it off with. And again, if it's for your team, it's too bad it can't be that simple all the time. I bounced the ball the wrong way, I dropped the football, a great punt or a bad punt will change things considerably. And Colorado State, again, they executed quite well, in my opinion, and didn't beat themselves. They had no turnovers, we had 2. There's a tremendous swing and a lot of equalizing when you kick the ball, and field position is a factor, and then when you drop the ball in bad situations.
Well, it's tight, it's tense right now, but Tennessee leads at the end of the first quarter, and we'll have more coming up on Big Orange Sunday in just a moment. Tennessee leads 7-3. Early in the second quarter, Sterling Hinton, the starting quarterback, is injured. Tennessee then suffers a penalty on first down. It's 1st and 20. The Volunteers punt. We're ready now to pick up the action as Colorado State, trailing 7-3, has the ball after the punt, and it will be Verdugo at quarterback as Colorado State has moved down to the Volunteer 35-yard line.
Right there, Hobby's had a rough place. Had some good play last night. He could have centered him more there and possibly eliminated the quarterback, at least caused the fellow on the second man that made the play. Who was that, Service?
I think it was Bailey, as it was Hobby, number 90, you see here. And then you see Kerry Bailey, who makes the tackle on the quarterback Verdugo for a loss.
Kerry Bailey is one of the most improved football players on our team. He is a great worker in the strength building program. He's made more plays in preseason practice than he did last year. Comes a little inside blitz right there. They caught us in man-to-man coverage, and it was not one of our better plays of the night, as you well can see.
But it was really a perfect call for Colorado State hitting the blitz.
Yes,
they had it set up. I don't think it was an audible. They just happened to hit that one. A 26-yard gain on the pass from Verdugo to Alford, so it's all the way to the Tennessee 16-yard line.
It was a trap play, and I don't think they made much there.
Matt Donato gets 2 yards, knocked down by Bradley. Tennessee's got Rogers, Bradley, Hardy, Klein also played at linebacker, Hobby, Moore, Surlis, Hayworth up front.
There's a man in motion. They did that quite a bit, the slot back, and they're running a bootleg pass right here. And I thought that was intentional, John. And however, Hobby made a very fine play there, alertly played the bootleg, and given the benefit of the doubt on the quarterback and also the referee, I can see why he might not have called this, because there's a receiver about 10 yards downfield, so you see it showing up. It's whose side you're on.
And you're on the orange side, right?
That's right, and
it's incomplete as the pass. The pressure from Hobby is back to throw. Verdugo's pass is incomplete, intended for Primus. Fletcher there defending. Tennessee in the secondary. Warren, Denson, Days, Warren, and Warren helping defensively there. As here's the field goal try this time that is up, and the field goal is good.
Warren made a good play there also, and we had a little pressure on him from both ends.
So it's 7-6. And Tennessee, which opened very crisply, marching its first time downfield 83 yards in 11 plays. Now with the quarterback, as Hinton is out, and coming on, this will be Andy Kelly at quarterback, giving to Webb, and Webb gets 3 yards over the right side.
Very, very well played by Colorado State. I was impressed by the way Kelly came off the bench and took us downfield on the touchdown drive where we dropped the ball on the 1-yard line. That was a very bad play, but this is a fine throw by Kelly.
A great grab by Harper along the far sideline. We'll take a second look. A 43-yard gain, as it was Andy Kelly throwing to the leaping Alvin Harper.
Somebody asked me last night what I thought about when I saw him hitting out there on the ground. Well, didn't take long to figure out what I was thinking about. We had one quarterback who had been in the ball game, and his play had been sparingly. He played sparingly in the past, and the other two were the two high school players right off the playing fields of Nashville, Tennessee, and the Midlands of the United States and Chicago, Illinois.
So coming down with the ball right along the far sideline is Harper. It's good for 43 yards. Big play Tennessee to the 37-yard line, and here will be Chuck Webb for a gain of 5 yards.
Not bad blocking there, and certainly I think the running back Webb got about all he could get there. Good job of squirming and moving, and with a good body angle and falling forward. Quick pass here from Kelly, and I thought Carl Pickens turned up very well and very quickly and got what he could get.
Let's take a second look at the freshman from Murphy, North Carolina, as that's Kelly passing, and this is number 15, Carl Pickens, on the catch.
He's a natural. He's a natural. He catches the ball very easily, and he appears to know what to do with it when he catches it.
3rd down and 1. Tennessee leading 7-6, marching downfield with the football. McRae, Myslinski, Fisher, Still, Davis up front for Tennessee in the blocking 5.
I thought Andy took control very well. Showed confidence, and that was good running there and a good cut by Cobb. Not bad blocking up front, and also with our backs in the backfield blocking on our power set with fullback Roland Poles and the power back Chuck Webb.
And it's 1st down 10, Tennessee at the 26-yard line. Kelly at quarterback.
We have a spread formation here. Good job by Morgan. We came very close to having a loss on that play. The strong safety alertly diagnosed that play and came in behind our blocking screen there. And speed by Morgan got us out of trouble.
5-yard pickup, 2nd down 5 at the 21, and this will be Chuck Webb, and he moves forward for a 1st down.
That's good blocking up front with Senator Fisher, and also right guard Steele, who's one of the outstanding leaders on our team, and right tackle Anton Davis. Good hole in the middle.
1st down for Tennessee at the 15-yard line of Colorado State. The Volunteers leading nearing the end of the first half, 7-6. The pass is complete. This time the catch is made by Pickens for a gain of 8 yards.
Another example, quick release by Kelly. I thought Kelly and Hinton both got rid of the ball rather quickly on our short passing game. And another example of Pickens knowing what to do when he caught the ball. There was no hesitation. He turned upfield and tried to get the yardage.
It's Webb again, this time through the right side.
Got the ball. It's a very dangerous situation.
Davis is there to recover for Tennessee, however, so it will be 3rd down and 1 to go for the 1st down. Tennessee leading 7-6, and here is Cobb vaulting. Comes down just short of the goal line, as it turned out a costly closeness.
That's, yes, too bad he didn't stay on his feet. I think this will make a great difference in the ball game, and that's a critical play.
Tennessee fumbles the snap on 1st and goal. We'll take a second look at the fumbled snap, the scramble for the loose ball.
This makes a tremendous difference in the ball game. A sophomore center, sophomore quarterback, but we've just got to do that. They're terrific young men. Interesting, when they came off the bench, off the sideline, I should say, to the sideline after the play, I talked to both of them. We were not trying to find somebody to make fault, but to find out the cause and to correct it. And neither one of them would give the other guy or point the finger at the other person. They both maybe thought it wasn't their fault, but they weren't going to point their finger at the teammate. Halftime, I came in and took 2 or 3 senator snaps from Fisher in the locker room, and they were very crisp and very sharp. But I don't think it'll happen again, and we can't let it happen again.
So it's Tennessee leading 7-6 at halftime. Right now, a word from your University of Tennessee.
Best thing at UT? Yeah. Well, that's a tough question.
Best thing about UT, the atmosphere.
I love the teachers.
Dr. Johnson is great.
It is, in a sense, a performance. It is also a kind of intimate sharing of information that can happen in a classroom in a way that doesn't much happen anywhere else.
And I love him. I can't wait to take more classes from him.
Colorado State kicks off as the second half gets underway with Tennessee leading by a score of 7-6. After an exchange of punts, Tennessee has the football, and Sterling Hinton, who went out with the injury, is back in action as we pick it up. The Volunteers leading 7-6. Number 16 is Hinton as Tennessee has the ball in its own territory right at the 20-yard line. 7-6, the Volunteers leading.
One of two of the most important impressive here. Get rid of the ball. We can't get a loss back here. This is something we got to correct. We must correct. First down back here on your own 20-yard line. You can't get losses. You got to get rid of the ball. A little more playing time, a little more experience.
And this time the throw by Hinton to Moore is complete for a gain of 14 yards. Tennessee 3rd down and 2. A second look.
We had, that's a bootleg pass. We take the run on the opposite side and lock the defensive group in. And Steele is leading the play there. A little bit low, but a completion.
So it's 3rd down and 2. Tennessee 7, State 6. Chuck Webb, 1st down, Big Orange.
Very important overcoming a situation, 2nd and 16 backed up. I thought in the second quarter, and looking back on the game last night, we couldn't quite get in sync, get in rhythm. However, the one drive we had when we dropped the ball on the 1-yard line was very good as far as putting the thing together and having some rhythm about it.
There's the quickness of Hinton as he looks to throw. Nobody comes open, so he scampers to the left and picks up 5 yards. It's 2nd down and 5, Tennessee. This is Reggie Cobb.
Not much out there, not much inside. A little bit more inside and possibly outside. Those are the plays you want to avoid. Bouncing it out when there's a lot of containment, people coming up and hitting at you, trouble-causing situations.
Cobb now in 10 carries has 68 yards in the ball game. The pass is complete to Harper.
Very quick. Is there another first down? Nope.
Just short. It will be about a yard shy on. So here into punt will be Kelly on 4th and 1. Gets the punt away relatively short, but it takes a great Tennessee bounce and will come rolling downfield. There is a penalty marker down on the play as Tennessee downs the ball at the 10-yard line with Houston Thomas covering. But on the play, Colorado State has 12 men on the field, and so Tennessee does, in fact, get the first down, just as State had done twice when Tennessee was offsides on punting situations.
Well, we cannot let that happen again. That was poor discipline on our part. Hey, good block up the middle, figuring something good again.
And that's
a lot of good things happened last night. A lot of good things happened. And I saw that the surgeon on our line was very good at times. I see Steele coming off, and I see the Fisher coming off, and Anton Davis maintaining his foot leverage. Charles McCray looking for someone downfield. There's a receiver down there now, and we're going to buy him a ticket to the ball game here. He can't turn around there and say, Cleveland.
Sam's are carrying the ball.
He's only one of our biggest blockers. He's a great guy, a great kid. He hustles like heck. He's about as tough a guy as we got on the team.
On his first carry, which you saw the replay of, Amsley for 11, now for 7, and this will be Chuck Webb. And look at the speed in the corner.
Yep, that was the opposite play, and really didn't have much there, but individual ability. That was outside there, and that's what a good athlete can do for you.
Let's take a second look at Chuck Webb, the freshman from Toledo, Ohio.
What's the replay? He's got a little skip in his step. I like a lot. He's got a change of pace. It's unique. All running backs who are outstanding have a uniqueness of their own, and I think this young man has a chance to be very good.
Here's big Greg Amsler banging the left side of the line for a gain of 3 yards. It will be 2nd down and 7 at the 15-yard line. Tennessee 7,
That's
State 6.
Oh, very good play with a safety man. A good tackle. That's a good coaching clinic tackle.
Wilson was the man who made the stop on the run by Hinton, so it's a gain of 4 at the 11, 3rd down and 3. Tennessee 7, State 6. Greg Amsler, touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, that's a good job. Has to be a very good job of the 2 guards, Myslinski and Steele. Let's see what happens here. There's the center, Fisher coming off, the left guard, Myslinski. Charles McCray folding inside, and I see Anton Davis hustling there and knocking a man on the ground 4 or 5 yards downfield.
And Smith was the guard in there making the block on that play, I think, Coach, you made.
Maybe Smith was from Myslinski. Myslinski was out of the ball games a few plays with leg cramps, I believe.
And so it was Tennessee taking it. Coach Majors, the 4th quarter set to get underway. Tennessee seems to have a little momentum now with that last scoring drive. It's 14-6.
Yeah, we've contained Colorado's offense a little bit better. A little bit better ball possession time in the 3rd quarter. One of the things that you look at the 3rd quarter statistics and the field position, where you started your drives, we started on the -22, Tennessee 22, and it takes an awful good football team to take the ball 80 yards, or basically 80 yards, and drive the ball consistently. And that's what we've got to be concerned about, is improving our kicking game and improve field position, and our defense has got to strive even stronger to try to turn the ball over for us in better positions. Good football teams win the turnover margin, and that's what we've got to get better at and build on our victory.
Well, Tennessee's building a 14-6 lead as we're ready to roll the tape here in the 4th and final quarter of this game before jam-packed Neyland Stadium. Over 93,000 fans on hand for this opening game. Tennessee leads as we pick up the action with Hinton at quarterback handing off first to Reggie Cobb, and Cobb moves forward for a gain of 6 yards. So now in 12 carries, he's gained 81 yards in this football game.
Well, let's start in the corner. That's a good job, Reggie Cobb, milking that about as much as he could, and some decent blocking the wall off the pursuit. John, speaking of the fans, it was an outstanding crowd last night. I know they'd like to see us score every time and shut them down every time on defense, and so would I more than anybody else. But our fans are terrific. We broke the all-time season ticket sales again this year at the University of Tennessee, and I say thanks to the great Tennessee fans.
Coles carried on the preceding play, and here comes the diving, leaping Roland Coles moving forward for a gain of 4 yards, 4 carries, 16 yards, and Tennessee's got the football.
Their quarterbacks, I thought, made some good runs. I see a few blocks on the film here watching it also, but I thought the thing I liked, good job was Hinton. He had trouble there. He got a blitz on. He had trouble. Got to come back to the football. Come on, receiver.
It was Morgan, the intended receiver. There you see the penalty flag flying as Hinton made quite a move right there to avoid the rush. Here's the pass downfield intended for Morgan.
This is a scramble drill. He's got to come back to the football, and that's strictly an official's judgment. That's a pretty darn good reaction by the cornerback. And whether he put his hand on, the official thought he did. But we've got to come back to the ball more rather than wait for it to come to us.
It's a first down after the penalty of 15 yards. And this will be Chuck Webb.
That's a good blocking on the side of the line there, but I thought he was wiggling and moving through there. Let's see who makes the blocker. There's Steele. There's a fullback that gets a tie there. Steele and also Davis, and trying running with a good body angle, falling forward when he's tackled by 2 Colorado State players.
Down to the 24-yard line. This will be Amsler, the fullback, banging the left side. Tim McConaughey makes the tackle after a gain of 4.
One thing you'll let you see, you'll notice the last 5 or 6 times, and even including the first half, our fullbacks are running with good angle and good effort, but they're putting 2 hands on the ball. Here's our fake reverse again. Alertly today. I thought that his strong safety was alert and active during a big part of the night.
Gersile played an outstanding game. So did Jones on the corner for Colorado State. Tennessee loses a yard. It's 3rd down and 7. Pass complete. That's Harper.
They put the blitz on us, and
right there at the face mask. Right there you see the penalty, and it will be a 5-yard step off, so it becomes 3rd down and 2. Tennessee leading. Cobb, first down, Volunteers.
Excellent hole, and good blocking on the whole left side of the line. We're doing McQuaid, and I see Wisniewski in there now, number 50 and number 51. John Fisher, our center. A sophomore center, a sophomore left guard, a junior left tackle, and 2 sophomore tight ends. That was either Mark Adams at the left side or Von Rees. I couldn't tell.
So it's Cobb who picks up Tennessee's 23rd first down. He's gone 87 yards in 13 carries. Webb carries this time for 2. 11 carries, 39 yards. Tennessee deep in Colorado State territory. Handoff of the reverse to Morgan. Tries the corner, and he is stopped.
Alert play by the defensive secondary, number 9.
That's Wilson again on the tackle. No gain on the play. Tennessee leading 14-6.
I saw Morgan move slightly before the ball was out. That safety man might have seen that. He's got to be more disciplined. Blitz situation, they came after us, and that's about all we could get on that situation. And you hate to settle for a field goal down here, but 3 points is very big.
As it turns out, very big indeed. And here will be the field goal try by Greg Burt, a junior college transfer. This will be a 21-yard attempt from a rather severe angle. It is up, and it is good.
I like the way.
So the Volunteers lead 17-6.
I like the way he swung at the ball. He had an excellent field goal kicking record in junior college in Mississippi. He's a native of Miami, Florida. We looked at tapes. Very fortunate to get that man here. A mutual friend of Doug Dickey's man wrote me a letter about him, and said it looked like we had some problems last year, and this young man visited us, and we offered him a scholarship pretty much on the spot after seeing the videotapes. He kicked with a lot of confidence. He kicked long as well as intermediately very well, and you saw he kicked short there very well. Good start for Greg Burke, and his 3-point margin and 2 extra points were awfully big points last night.
Tennessee leads now by a score of 17-6, as we'll see the final moments of what turns out to be a very, very tight football game in just a moment. Tennessee and Colorado State at 17-6, and Tennessee's moving pretty well. But then let's see what happens in the waning minutes of this football game. Capacity crowd on hand as Tennessee's got the football with a chance to move downfield and work the clock down, perhaps score again as we pick up the action. Tennessee first down and 10 at the Volunteer 26-yard line. Andy Kelly, the quarterback. The handoff this time goes to Amsler. He's stopped by Martin for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
We had a mess up there. We lost our poise right here because, again, some few new faces there and learning by experience.
Kelly on the option.
Got a chance here. You need to maintain a possession, run the clock out.
Fumble recovered by Colorado State.
A crucial error. Clearly you need to run the clock, keep the ball moving, try to make some yardage, bring it out, at least make a couple of first downs. If you can't drive it downfield and punt the ball back deep into their territory, you can't make first downs. Got to touch the football, got to touch it.
And it's recovered by Colorado State, and so suddenly Colorado State, trailing by 11, has the ball at the Volunteer 32-yard line. Tennessee 17, Colorado State 6. Fourth and final period. Back to throw Verdugo. Good protection. The pass complete.
Overran right here. Overran. The pursuit angles were very bad right there. One of the poor players of the night, along with a screen pass to through in man-to-man coverage in the first half.
And so it's Sean Willis for a 24-yard gain, a second look.
You can see the backside. Our backside linebacker overruns the play. You're also going to see that cornerback. There's a backside linebacker. A halfback doesn't show up quickly enough. Jason Julian's going to come make a good play if he has outside force. That's leverage for football. Football is a game of leverage, proper pursuit angles, and that was one of our worst plays.
First down, Colorado State, and here they come running right back with the fullback Todd Yurt blasting through the left side of the line, and suddenly Colorado State has the ball deep in Tennessee territory.
Two of our worst plays of the night back-to-back here, and that's a good, strong run. And Colorado State is a ball possession type football team. They didn't make any mistakes.
Jason Julian made the saving tackle for Tennessee as Colorado State takes the ball, and it's Mac Renato who pounds forward for a first down. First and goal at the 2. Verdugo. Option.
Pushing.
Touchdown, Rams.
Safety man just wasn't deep enough. And not bad containment. Could have had a little more force outside, but we get our hands in his face. Decent effort on defense, not quite enough outside force. And it looks like we're just a couple steps deeper. Our safety man could have broken the pass up.
But it's Scott making the touchdown reception, and so now Colorado State, with a 2-point conversion, can pull within 3. And let's see what happens as Verdugo rips the pass, and it is complete.
Another example of leverage. If you have the replay, again, our backside cornerback overran the play, and he's got to play his backside quarter, or backside zone. If he does, he'd come out in that man and stick him and knock him loose with the ball. And that's a young man playing his first game, so maybe it'll be better next week.
Colorado State pulls within 3. Then Tennessee gets the ball and stalls out the clock. A big fourth down try, and Reggie Kopp gave Tennessee a first and gave Tennessee the time to go on and win this opening game of 1989, 17-14. We'll visit in the locker room and visit more with Coach Johnny Majors after this.
The Tennessee locker room. Joining us now, defensive lineman Marion Hobby. And Marion, your thoughts on tonight's big ball game?
It was a tough ball game by both teams. Both teams made a lot of mistakes. I think you expect from the first game jitters, I guess. They really played us hard tonight. We didn't underestimate them, but they played real hard tonight.
They were a scrappy bunch on offense, weren't they?
Oh, they was a very scrappy bunch on both sides of the ball. I don't know more than to just give them credit for what they've done.
Talk about their team now. A new coach in Earl Bruce, and they really came out fired up, didn't they?
Yes, they were a well-coached, well-disciplined team. They came out ready to play. They had a lot of confidence. They really thought they actually could beat us.
What was the toughest part about stopping their offense, Verdugo and their offense?
Well, they had a complicated offense as far as they ran a lot of counters and traps, and you just had to get a quick read on them and attack them. You couldn't sit back and wait on them because they'd knock you off the ball with their pulling guards and traps.
Something that impressed me is they came in with a new formation, and they did real well with it. They stuck with it. They were fundamentally a sound football team, and Earl Bruce done a good job. They had no turnovers, and that's something we got to stress to our people. We got to turn the football over to our offense in good field position.
And the defense bending but not breaking down there towards the goal line.
Right. We did a good job as far as forcing them the 2 field goals. They did well in the first half. I think they only had about 70 yards in the second half. And the tempo of our defensive unit picked up tremendously in the second half, other than when the turnover and the sudden change. We didn't respond to the sudden change, and of course they get the touchdown off it and get right back in the ball.